All right, here we go. We're up in 3, 2, 1. Roll X. Here we go.
People go.
You're watching Fox 10 Arizona Morning with Ron Hoon, Rick D'Amico, Andrea Robinson, Kristen Anderson, and Corey McCloskey in HD.
In fact, joining us out here in the newsroom now is attorney Patrick Welch, and thanks for being with us. You're very familiar with the legal system there in Mexico. You say your wife's from Hermosillo. You go back and forth there all the time.
That's correct. Yeah, I'm there once or twice a month. We're down there for tourism. I've been working with the Arizona-Mexico Commission routinely down there, so a lot of efforts down there.
What are your rights and how are they different in Mexico if you are arrested versus here in the U.S.?
Well, there's a lot of different procedures that take place in Mexico that are different from the United States. You know, one of the important things to remember when you're in any country is that you need to make sure that you're complying with their law, and that's really important.
Okay.
You're not going to have the same protections that you have in the United States that you do in Mexico, and that's important to know.
Some say in the U.S. you're innocent till proven guilty, but as we see in this Yanira case, a lot of people have been texting us or tweeting us, etc., feeling like you're guilty until proven innocent. Is there any truth to that?
Well, there is some truth to that in terms of the presumption of innocence, and it's important to understand that when you go down to Mexico, because you need to make sure you have local contacts. You got to know who you're talking to down there when you go visit people. You got to make sure you're aware of your contacts. One of the other things that I find important is, you know, making sure you have a consular or an embassy contact. Have a phone number with you, so you know if you get in trouble, you got a contact to help you out.
You know, but you compare that maybe to going to other countries, and I've been to Canada a number of times. I don't feel like I need to take those kind of protections. Is there a level of corruption in Mexico with either the federales, etc.? You know, you hear this charge a lot. What is your experience?
I haven't had any experience with corruption myself. I've been down there. I've never been asked for a bribe. My experiences in Mexico have been very positive. Mexico is one of the biggest trading partners of the United States. It's a very important trading partner for Arizona. I feel like there's a lot of cooperation going on between the two countries, and you know, security concerns, I think the U.S. and the Mexican government is doing a really good job at trying to curtail that.
Okay, but you see this family, and they decided to take the bus, and maybe people don't feel safe driving. Let me back up for 1 second, because I hear from people all the time. They say Rocky Point, Puerto Vallarta, Mexico City. I've gone to those places and I feel safe. It seems like when they run into problems, it's outside those areas.
Well, I think there's pocket areas where the drug trade is very hot.
Yes.
And I think those are areas where people need to be cognizant when they're going down there, be extra alert.
So what would be some of those areas?
Monterrey has a big problem right now, I understand. Tijuana to a lesser extent. Juarez. Those are areas in Mexico right now where you're seeing a lot of the drug violence going on these days.
Okay. And so then just kind of fast forwarding from that on to a case like this where we have so many interactions. People have been on our Fox 10 Facebook page talking about being pulled over, guys with machine guns, they said almost like kids, and it was the scariest night of their lives, you know, as they pointed these, they just pull them over on the highway. Another guy Facebooked in and said, or a lady Facebooked in and said his brother was pulled over, or her brother was pulled over, and they took the truck away from him and never saw the truck again. When you're in that situation, what's the first thing you do if you feel you've been unfairly treated? Well,
I think in any time you're dealing with law enforcement officials, whether you're in the United States or in Mexico, I think being polite and professional is the most important thing right out of the gate.
Right.
After that, I think you need to make sure that once you understand where the situation is going, I think it's important to, again, talk to a local contact, talk to a local attorney, call a family member, talk to a consular officer at the embassy or the consulate. I think those are important things that you can have for tips for tourists and business travelers going to Mexico.
In your legal profession, have you been able to help people out of pretty serious situations where they have been wrongly accused?
Well, I don't practice criminal law, so no, I haven't had that experience myself personally. No.
Okay, but you do consider yourself an expert on the legal system there, yes?
An expert on the American legal system, and I do have a lot of contacts and business going north to Mexico, or north to the United States as well, yes.
Patrick, we appreciate your time
Yeah, nice
today.
meeting you. Thanks
Patrick
a lot.
Welch joining us,
Pleasure.
attorney with a lot of background there in Mexico, guys.